Sir, can you check now? Audio, can you check, sir? In the meet, am I audible? Can anybody respond? Am I audible? Good afternoon. Okay, thank you. Yes, sir.
A very good afternoon to everybody present here. I'm Kirtan from 6th semester Computer Science and Engineering, and I hope you all had a great lunch. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to Session 6, Day 2 of the 3-day Faculty Development Program on AI and Machine Learning for Healthcare Engineering, which is being conducted at New Horizon College of Engineering. The topic for the current session is a hands-on session on the diagnosis of diseases using Python. And our speaker for this session is Dr. Karthikeyan H., Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, School of Engineering and Technology, Christ Deemed to be University, Bengaluru. Dr. Karthikeyan has 13 years experience in academics, research in healthcare industry using machine learning algorithms. He's been certified in the RHCSA, has knowledge in data analytics, machine learning algorithms, Android development, Flutter, Ionic Framework, Django Framework, SQLite, and MySQL database. So it's wonderful to have you here, and I request you to take the stage.
Thank you for introduction. Shall we start this? Just a minute. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Hope I am audible.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for your response. So this session, I'll be discussing only with respect to hands-on session. Okay. Hopefully everybody is connected with internet. Hopefully everybody has Chrome for your access. Okay. So because by here, all our experiments will be doing through Google Colab. So many people have invested a lot of money because of the research. No need, and because of higher configuration you want. If you have a Google Colab, no need to worry about all those higher infrastructure facilities. Google is providing with free of cost. So I just want to, because I have used Google Colab, so meanwhile that is my uh, responsibility of usage of Google Colab. So here, this is our agenda. This is the session how I am taking going forward. So first one is how do we start with Google Colab? How many of you heard Google Colab? Have you experienced about usage of Google Colab? Can you able to respond in the chat window? Yes, no, or thumbs up. Hopefully, I would like to keep this session as a more interactive session because everything we are moving with practical mode. Yes, I can see some responses. Okay. Okay. So far I can see only 4 active participants. Okay, fine. Thank you. So nothing. If you don't want to work with the Google Colab, you can work with Jupyter Notebook, but it will take a lot of time to install. Also, it will consume a lot of your resource. So one easy setup is Google Colab. If you have active internet, that is enough. Okay. So how to start with Google Colab? Just type Google Colab. Here you can find, ma'am, ma'am, recording session is there. Okay, okay, fine. Okay, here you can see welcome to Google Co-Laboratory. So once done, you can start with usually if you are starting with as a first experiment, you can see introduction to Google Colab. But if you are already experienced with this, then you can see this page, Google Colab. So now your infrastructure is ready right now. You can give the relevant title for your for the file. So this is FDP. So this is FDP. Meanwhile, here you can see here we have an option called as a connect. Here you have an option called as a connect. Meanwhile, so this we have to click in order to provide the resources. Resources by means of in terms of RAM as well as memory we will be collecting from or it will be allocating from the Google. So that's why. Here right now it is in connecting mode, which means your resources are allocating. And then here right now it will be connected with the CPU. If you are working with some deep learning algorithms, you may need a lot of resources. Here you can see how much disk space has been allocated as well. The disk space. Okay, so right now here you can you be able to see notebook settings. Right now the hardware accelerator is none. In case if you want any GPU, then if you want TPU, then you can be able to choose. So this is the facility or this is the options Google is providing to us. So being the academician, we should utilize these features for us. So meanwhile, I'm not using any deep learning algorithms. So for me, normal CPU is enough. So that's why I'm not, or there is no problem. I can be able to enable the settings. GPU, save, that's it. So right now, I'll be working with GPU. Hope the steps are simple. Hope steps are simple. Any responses? Yes. Thank you. So now our step one is over. Okay. Okay. Next step is we have to uh, uh, create this, identify the data source. So next step is identify the data set for our learning purpose. So there are plenty of resources available. So one resource is called as a Goggle. So this is the data. Here you can find a number of data sets for your research. So in this session, I'll be experimenting with hard disease dataset. So here you can see their features, and then if required, you can see the coding also. Meanwhile, you can see uh, what is the range of each particular feature in the dataset. Similarly, you can find dataset with respect to of your research. So identifying dataset also very easy. So here this is called as a hard. This is CSV. Okay. Actually, this record consists of this dataset consists of 303 instances. Meanwhile, here you have 13 features and target variable. So that is representing as a 14 columns, which means 13 features, and then one feature is called as a target feature. Hopefully, so here this is the one, and then here you can see. Okay. For our research, what we supposed to do? We should environment is ready to start with what we required. Data, data set also be ready. If possible, either you can download and use it, or otherwise you can uh, directly you can give the URL. So this is the next step we'll be doing, which is called as load the data set to the Google Colab, which means how do we load or how to provide data set to the infrastructure. So that is the third step. Here, either you can go ahead with here. Here you can see either you can use with upload option. Here you can see some upload option. Okay, upload option. This is also one way. Once, meanwhile, ensure that whenever you are doing an experiment, keep your session active. So here it is showing some warning message saying that ensure that your files are saved elsewhere. The runtime file will be deleted, which means your once session is expiry, whatever files you have uploaded, it won't be available. So which means again you have to upload the data set to this facility. Okay, so either you can go ahead with this mechanism. If you are good at coding, you can use coding called as from Google. Here you can use control space. Okay, Google Colab, Google Colab, Google dot import files Okay, and then files dot upload function. So here both will perform the same functionality. Here, here you can see two options. One is with respect to choose files and then cancel upload. So you can identify where your file is available. So you can open and then it will upload. So either you can go ahead with this option upload, or otherwise you can go ahead with coding. That is up to you. Hope clear. Shall I go ahead? Okay, done. So now you can see two varieties of same file. So now if you want, you can see what is this data consist of. Okay, before moving to this, what we required is this step also completed. Now to work with this data, we should import some necessary packages. So what are the necessary packages by means of? Okay, let us consider we have to work with the data frame. So we have to create the data frame. So for this, we need some packages. Also, we will be working with some feature learning mechanisms. So, and for this also, we will be importing some packages. So these are some necessary packages. And then implementing the model also will be working with measuring the performance, which means which algorithm is performing better. So if you complete this task, one research paper is ready. Okay, so first, next I will be moving on to what are the packages which are needed for this session. So usually not only for this session, for any type of machine learning session or machine, if you are started with machine learning projects, so these are some basic packages. One is with respect to NumPy, second one is Pandas, third one is sklearn, and then fourth one is matplot. So what is this NumPy deals with? See, generally you have NumPy is mainly dealing with to perform some operations related to array. Okay, example, let us consider you want sort an array in general operations with respect to array. What are the operations we can say? We can able to add two array, and then we can able to perform multiplication with respect to arrays. So such things we can able to perform with NumPy. So basic mathematical operations, particularly with respect to array. So next one is next package is called as a pandas. So this is one important package. Without this package, we cannot able to create the data frame. So that's why here pandas are required. Meanwhile, this sklearn is there. So this is an extension version of scikit-learn. So anyhow, while doing the any operations, what is the first step? We may perform some model selection, and then which means how you are splitting our data set. How many data you want, how many instances you want for a training instance, how many instances you want for test perspective. All those things will be happening through train test model. And then if you wish to do perform any standard pre-processing techniques, so then we may use again sklearn. Meanwhile, if you want to perform any model implementation with various machine learning algorithms, so for this also this sklearn is required. In case if you want to display your results in terms of graphical notations, then matplot is required. So these are the fundamental packages which you will be using during the machine learning, any type of machine learning practice. So next, so here, so these are the things. Okay, so here I will tell you. Okay, so we'll start with importing packages. So import so pandas as PD. See, hereafter, I will not be directly calling as a pandas name in my program or in my experiment. I'll be considering object called as a PD. So similarly, you can import numpy numpy as numpy as np. So okay, we will use those packages whenever required for us. Okay, so you can use control space. If you enter, then automatically the respective cell will execute. If you wish to execute all the cells, then you press control F9. Okay, next, and then if you enter, alt enter, new cell will be created. Now what we'll do, so I have to create the data frame. So here I may consider that object name called as a data set equal to, so I will be using to create that data frame. What is the package I'll be using? I'll be using pandas. So here name of the object is considered as a PD. So I'll be using PD dot. Here there are many functions are available based upon the type of file you are using. Right now I am using CSV file. Then you can use called as a read CSV file. Read CSV. See, if you have an Excel sheet, so you can able to load only with respect to JSON. We have an option called as a JSON as well. So this is the next step. Meanwhile, here you can see what this help read CSV. So here, right now, my data set is available here. So I'll be using that name here. Okay, what's my that? Okay, so if you get tick mark, the line is executed. The line is executed without any errors. Next, hope clear. Hope clear. Till this point, will be able to load the data set. Will be able to. Okay, fine. So I will see what is this data set consist of. Here you can see. Okay, if I wish, I can. So this is my data set. These are the features, and then this is called as a target. Meanwhile, for learning, we'll be using supervised mechanism, supervised techniques. So that's why we have a target variable also. That is target feature also. Here you can see here 303 rows and then 14 columns. 303 rows and 14 columns, which means 14 features I have and then 303 instances I have. So here any of this data set is loaded with header. That's why I can see header. Okay. So here another function which is called as a